Welcome everyone to this week's edition of AEW Dark. We'll be kicking things off with tag team action as Jurassic Express will take on the Butcher and the Blade. Also, Dr. Britt Baker steps into the ring to take on Leva Bates and the Best Friends. What will become of them as they take on Alex Reynolds and John Silver of the Dark Order? And our main event tonight, we'll see Ricky Starks in action against ACH. So we begin Dark this week with Jurassic Express overcoming the challenge of the Butcher and the Blades. Didn't have much heat, had terrible wrestling, and it was Jungle Boy that submitted the Blades. Not quite sure what the submission move would be, but the Blade having the best in-ring performance of the match. Luchasaurus should be more than that, than a 35. Should be more than the Butcher at least. I mean, the Butcher still a bit green, isn't he? Still has a lot more work to be done for in-ring ability. But this match, we did have Tully Blanchard as the road agent. You can see there's quite a lot of penalties there for Jungle Boy holding back. Same for Luchasaurus as well. But it still gets a 44, off to an okay start to AEW Dark this week. And up next, it's a Halloween Havoc highlight video package that is shown of all the great moments from all the matches, including Chris Jericho, Moxley, MJF, Cody, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, trying to use their name, their star quality, just trying to abuse that again, but it didn't quite work in our favour this time. Get a segment rating of 69, which is okay. We do advance the storylines for the championship and the World Tag Team Championship as well. Moxley benefit from having that groundswell of public support, so does Cody and Kenny Omega. And oh dear, it's a step backwards this for the women's division. We get 17 rating, the crowd were turned off, having the match outside of a pre-show as Britt Baker picks up the win against the Librarian Leva Bates in 3 minutes 44. After her submission. The lockjaw. Dear oh dear. It's poor that. But anyway, we move in to our next segment. We are backstage in the locker room. Gathered around is Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. And Orange Cassidy is sat the corner. He looks asleep. Chuck Taylor, listen, we're clearly not going to be able to just charge in on the Dark Order like last week. We need to take them down one by one. We start tonight as both Reynolds and Silver accepted our challenge. Okay, sounds good. Then Angelico walks in and holds his hands up in a truce. Listen, I don't like any of you guys and you don't like me, that's cool. But I want my tag partner back. I want the old Jack Evans. I'm willing to help in any way. Right, maybe next week here on Dark, why don't you challenge Evil or Stu? Yeah, I can do that. So Angelico, yeah, not very fond of the likes of the Best Friends and SCU, but he's willing to at least help them out to try and get his tag team partner Jack Evans back after he seems as though he's joined the Dark Order. Should be interesting taking it down that road. We get 49 for that segment as we move into that tag team match between the Best Friends and Reynolds and Silver, and it's the Best Friends that come out on top with the win. Trent Beretta pinning Reynolds with a running single leg high knee strike. And it's Beretta and Taylor, very similar in in-ring performance. Well, they are with a 50, but in this match, John Silver did sustain a drummer's elbow. Obviously, that had an effect on the match, which saw it get a 35 segment rating. The match was poorly placed as well. I set it to a wild brawl, and the crowd were already buzzing, ready for action, so we didn't really need that. I didn't anticipate the crowd to be buzzing after that first tag team match between Jurassic Express and the Butcher and the Blade and Dr. Britt Baker and Leva Bates. But anyway, it is what it is as we move into our main event of Dark this week between Ricky Starks and ACH. And it's ACH that picks up the win. Ricky Starks, well, he's on a bit of a losing streak at the moment. Things aren't looking good for him. The match finishes within 13 minutes. After a fast roll-up from ACH. So that will bring this edition of AEW Dark to a close. We get an overall rating of 46, which I think is one of the lowest we've received. I'm not really feeling this episode, to be honest. Certainly didn't do enough when it comes to telling that main storyline that we've got running at the moment here on Dark between the Dark Order and SCU and the Best Friends. So hopefully we can try and iron that in the weeks to come. But anyway, that's it for this edition of Dark. Hope you've enjoyed anyway, and I'll see you all soon for the next episode of AEW Dynamite.